I saw on the site on Zaprite, you guys plan to be KYC free forever. What are the blockers there that might get in the way? What are the constraints you have to work within now? Because it seems like that's going to be become a target or like a hot spot for people to try and get access to this kind of information, if you're operating like, an invoice or accounting service.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, right now we're KYC free, we're non-custodial. If you want to sign up for Zaprite, all you need to do is like put in an email address, and then you've got access. We just use passwordless login, so we'll send you a magic link. You get access to the site. You can start sending, invoices right away. And because we ask you to connect your own wallet, where it's manually pasting in a Bitcoin address or connecting your own like Umbrel or MyNode, you can do that over LN Bits or LND. And so what we do, even with like a third party like account like Strike, we're just using API connectors to basically facilitate those peer-to-peer payments. So we step out of it. We're not part of it at all, which is how we can remain like KYC free. Now that's my end goal, is to like always remain that way, because that's just like the way I am. I'm just like adamant that KYC is the illicit activity, right? So whatever may happen, like Zaprite may offer, say something like payroll in the future, where we might have to do KYC because we're actually taking in large amounts of money from a corporation and distributing out to users. Again, there's like different legal aspects of that. Like, do we use KeySend? Do we use Lightning addresses? Do we split it out and not even take custody of it all? And then you're kind of, you're in a gray area of, what they're going to do. And so to answer your question, yes, you're very much like at the mercy of, the rule makers when it comes to that. Right now, like I said, Zaprite we don't need a money transmitter license because we're not transmitting money. All I'm doing is generating a QR code for somebody to pay somebody else. But at any stage, like, the government could step in and say, well, you're facilitating payments. So like now we're going to write a new law that says like you have to KYC all your users, right? So, as much as I want to stay KYC as much as I can, there may be a time where like it has to be done. I don't even know if I will want to do it at that stage, or hopefully we'll be able to route around it or do other stuff. But it's certainly a goal to stay KYC free as long as possible. And on that front, like I want to start offering, as many privacy focused options for users as possible. So one thing, like I mentioned before, for example, we require an email address for users to log in right now. And the reason I have that, and I haven't put something like LNURL auth, is because we need the email addresses to be able to send out notification emails when you're sending invoices to users, or you're like receiving notifications yourself when your invoices are being paid. But in the future, what we can do now, particularly with tools like Nostr coming out, is we can actually like scrap the email, or at least have the LNURL auth option on there as well. So now you can actually like sign in, anonymously, and you can just provide a Nostr public key, and then we'll run a relay, and we'll just send out notification of all these payments to your own pub key. So there's tools like that where we can actually start to like minimize our exposure to people's data, and to be having to store data, and to have to use third party like email services like SendGrid, which we're using at the moment to send the emails. So if we can remove them from the step and give people more of these privacy options, as well as things like offering like an Umbrel app or a Start9 app that you can run on your embassy, where it's just Zaprite. You just like pull it out, download it, and now you've got your own internal like Postgres database or something that's running your own version of Zaprite right off your own node. That's something that we'll definitely offer in the future as well. So I think there's a lot of ways that I'd like to keep Zaprite KYC free, at least for those people who maybe want to go the extra mile and take the extra step to actually do that. Like I said, it may come to a point where we're all forced to do KYC no matter what it is we're doing. In which case, I think there will definitely be an open source version of Zaprite where you can just take it and run it on your node and you're good to go.